So I started at 190, and 3 days into my fast this morning, I weighed 179, right? So, and I haven't weighed myself. I probably lost another pound or two before this meal, but I think a lot of it's just like water weight and just waste, human waste. Hey, Miracle Empress, what's up? Allison Bird, good. That's awesome. Let's see, you're showing 400. What is a fast? Oh, we were talking all crazy this morning, right? So this is really weird. I got the mainstream up, right? There's only 3 people on the mainstream. That's very unusual. I hope nothing's funny with the algorithm since I've been talking about fasting and the benefits of it. You know what I mean? You start talking about all that good stuff for you, you know. Hey, what's up? Everybody has boyfriends here. Sweet. That's awesome. I got a wife. We're just talking, having soup. Yo, Shane, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you, man. How's your workouts been? Did I watch the UEFA Champion League finals? I've never even heard of that. I'm not familiar with what that is. I don't really watch much of anything. Yeah. Lori, of course. I'll say hi to Lori. She doesn't even know I'm going live right now. I just threw up the turned my phone on the whim as I'm eating my soup after my fast. All good, bro. Workout's been killer. Just checking in before bed. Have a good one, my friend. You know what I'd like to do before I go to bed? I like to say, I am laying myself down. I'm laying my body to rest throughout the night. And when I awake, I will be fully rejuvenated and invigorated for the day. I tell myself that as I'm laying myself down, whether I believe it or not. And it usually adds up to me having a better day. You know, and then when I wake up in the morning, I usually tell myself, I am in the process of remembering my dreams throughout the day. They will reveal themselves to me and the meanings within. And I will say that and leave it at that, whether I remember my dreams or not, because I said I am in the process of remembering them. You know, that wordplay, little things throughout the day will trigger me and I will remember my dreams and the meanings within. How about that? Right? Good little trick. If I weighed 700 pounds, what would be my first step to weight loss? I would stop eating. Yeah, because my diet would be dictating my overall body weight 100%. I would probably have a lot of built up fat storage for energy. You guys ever watch that Naked and Afraid? Those guys, they figured out a trick on how to outlast the next guy. All they do is eat peanut butter and get really fat. And then once they get to the island, they don't move a muscle. They just sit there and live off their fat storage and they actually lose a lot of body weight. But they don't do nothing. They don't eat nothing. They don't do nothing. They built up their survival reserves and they're burning through that. Funny, right? I just did 6 years in prison. That's all. 6.5. The longest I've ever fasted was 7 days, but it wasn't on purpose. They threw me in the hole without food in preparation for hemorrhoid surgery. And they threw me in the hole a couple days early. And it was an accident. Whoops, I just didn't eat. Hey guys. Bro, once you're overweight, you don't have the same mentality. Hard to stay. I was overweight, dude. Who are you talking? Who are you telling? Who are you telling? I was overweight. I was super skinny too, right? I was both. My brother was 250 pounds and he lost 100 pounds in like 2 months, right? Like 100 pounds in like 2 months. So I know a little something about being overweight. It's just your diet. That's all it is. That dictates your overall shape. Yep. The largest that I've ever been. Oh, I mean, now my brother he weighs 150 pounds now. Yeah, from 250 down to 150. That's a big difference, huh? Just because he chose to make a difference. That's right. Yeah, he lost 100 pounds in 2 months with eating right and starting to work out, even not knowing what he was doing, right? He just got inspired to do it. Bam! What's up, Windows? Thanks for taking the time to support the channel. Lori just walked in. She's like, "Why weren't you telling me you were going live?" She's freaking out. I just went on accident.
I'm not freaking out. That was a made up thing he just said.
Oh, did you hear her? She's not freaking out. Let's see. Windows tester, $10 channel support. Thank you so much. She says, "Can you tell me some life advice you have? Just 3 key points you would wish to share with everyone across the world." Whoa, thanks, man. Appreciate the channel support. And Bingus, welcome to Bro. Thanks for taking the time to become a member. Heck yeah, Windows. I love talking about that kind of stuff. All right. Well, in my opinion, right, I'll give you more than 3. I'll just keep on running with it because I like that kind of stuff. All right. So life advice you have. Okay. First one that's really beneficial to me lately is the feeling of speediness. When you feel the feeling of speediness and the urge to make a decision right here, right now, um, tell yourself, I have all the time in the world to make this decision. I do not have to make it right now. I have all the time in the world. When you feel that feeling of speediness and you feel like you have to make that decision right here, right now, a lot of times in my life, it's always been the wrong decision. Having to make that, feeling that feeling of speediness, calm that thing down, right? Bam. Next one is less is best, right? In my opinion, less is best. Yeah, less is best with everything because, I mean, the more I have, the more it requires me to be present, you know? It takes away from my overall life, you know? The quality, the time that I have with my family, you know? And the serenity. The serenity saying, you know the saying, right? Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This little saying has helped me out of a bind more than once, right? So when I'm having a sucker attack, right, and I don't really know why I'm having a sucker attack, I will be like dissecting it with this saying, the serenity. Um, Okay, so first off, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. So if I have an issue and I can't change it physically, I can't make the issue any better, then why am I going to beat myself up about it and go crazy, right? If I physically, me, can't do anything about it, why am I physically uh, deteriorating my mental state, about it, right? So grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Boom, that's one. The courage to change the things I can. Okay, so if I look at the problem and I'm like, yeah, I can make this problem better by doing this or doing that, right? So give me the courage to do that, right? Bam. That is so important. Just taking the first step, right? And then the third part of the saying is, and the wisdom to know the difference, right? Because if you don't know the difference, if you can make it better or if you can't, then you're just like, you're having your sucker attack. You don't know which way's up and which way's down, right? So, yeah, those are some good, helpful things. The serenity, less is best. And when you're feeling speedy, the panicky, I have to make the decision now. Tell yourself, I have all the time in the world to make this decision. Bam. So that's what I would do. Yeah, it's a brilliant. I got that on my knuckles after I got clean from being a junkie. Um, yeah, it meant a lot to me. It means a lot to me still. Mmm, this is so delicious. This is so delicious. No, my mom ain't worried about me. You crazy? I'm on point. I'm on point. Hey, you was in jail with me? Possibly. I was all over the place. I was all over the place. Yeah, we're thriving. Thriving, right? See, if I didn't go here, if I wasn't living in the gutter and being a very addicted individual, right? If I didn't go through all that and being a very skinny guy and just wasted away, and then change my life, if I haven't gone there first, I would have said it's impossible to do. But I went through it. And now that I went through it, I'm like, hey, anybody can do this, right? It is possible to make a change. All you got to do is want it, right? Whenever you're ready to make a change, life is waiting for you, you know? Life is waiting for you to join in on the fun. What did I eat in prison? Hey, Racina, how you doing? Not much. They don't feed you much. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a 2,000 calorie a day diet that they feed you. That's what they claim they feed you. I don't even think it's that. You know, they got to cut corners. A lot of I mean, if you're backed by the food service and you're reading what those boxes say, it's not made for human consumption. You know, it's like horse feed and stuff. Window, what's up? Just $10 again. Thank you so much for taking the time to support Windows Tester. Just wanted to say thanks for the advice. Thank you for sharing deep from the heart. I wish you the best luck. Thanks, Windows. I appreciate the channel support. Absolutely. You guys don't know how much that means to me. It really means the world to me. The community we have here, me and you. There's so much wisdom, man. I mean, this one's been getting me a lot. You ready? Write it down. Uh, Ready for it? This is my favorite. My favorite. The relief that you are searching for lies within the work you are avoiding. The relief you are searching for lies within the work you are avoiding. Don't you know? My goodness, that one always gets me. It gets me so deep to the heart. That one cuts me to the soul. P8 in the house. What's up, my ninja? Hey, love you guys. I've been busy and my phone just broke. Oh no. I'll be back on here more often. Hey guys, support our local fitness guys. P8 over here, he's doing a heck of a job. He's staying consistent. You know, give him a like. Check out his channel. Just another human being trying to do the best that we can. Windows tester, what the heck? $50 channel donation says, I'm ready. Oh my God, I'm so glad to hear that. I am ready, right? So I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to ask you, are you ready? And I want you to physically say, yes, I am. Okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Are you ready? Then wake up. Boom. That's it. It starts right now, baby. Right? Right here, right now. This is it. Heck yeah, man. The change is possible anytime you want it. Life is waiting for you. Ain't that the truth? Yeah. Listen, you being negative out there, you guys are are purposely bringing this negative energy to you. You ever hear of the law of attraction, right? If you're out there being negative, you know, I know you think you're like ripping on me, being negative and hating, it doesn't affect me, right? Because I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks back to you, buddy. Right? So when you're out there being negative, you just are drawing that negativity to yourself. You guys got to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because if you keep on heading down that path, right, it's just going to be harder to reverse it, right? I'm 43 years young, man. I just stopped. What? I'm a year sober from drinking, right? Man, I don't even know how many years sober I am from the dope, but I mean, it's at least got to be, I don't know, 15 years, something like that. But man, I was a walking dead. I was those walking dead that you see out in the street, that you see there's no life left in them, right? They're rummaging through the cans, grabbing scrap. That was me, right? And I know because I did it, I made a change, right? I know that's possible for anybody, right? Anybody can make a change for the better, right? You just got to want it. I spent 2 winters in a house uh, with no power, no electricity, no heat. Freaking, I know what it's like to be living in the gutter. I used to eat out of trash cans, man. If you guys need a good trash can to eat out of, check out the donut store. They throw away fresh donuts every day. I'm telling you. You know, it's just a day old donut. That's all. Yo, what's up? Gonzo, welcome to Bro. Thanks for becoming a member, man. Us members, we get to work out on Sunday. We get to have a cup of coffee together and we work out. What's up, guys? Yeah, people got no idea, right? I only tell you the little bits, right? You guys don't know. You don't. I know for a fact that a change is possible for anybody when they want it. I know this because I've been there. Listen, I used to do so much dope, needle tips would break off in my veins because the rig was so old and flimsy, right? I would have these things, I was that kind of junkie. Yeah. Um, and dude, life is better the moment you decide you want it to be. 100%. Donuts out the trash is crazy. Yeah, man. Gotta eat. Got to eat. At that time, delicious. This is so good. I messed up. I messed up the soup though. I We cooked it up on the stove, and the bones that we're cooking, the bones to get the bone broth, I forgot to strain the bones before adding in more fresh vegetables. You said it was terrible earlier. Yeah, but I was just going crazy. I haven't eaten in 3 days. I'm sorry about my negativity. I've been really feeling really low, not eating. Marcus E, do you work out while you fast? Yeah, man, definitely. But I reduced the volume and intensity. I reduced the volume and intensity. You should consider doing movies. But yeah, wouldn't that be fun, huh? Hi, Penny. Hi, good girl. She's a sweetheart. She just wants my soup. She just wants my soup. This is delicious. Salt and crushed red pepper. I put that on everything. Yeah, Penny is gorgeous, huh? Look, let's just sit by Penny. There we go. Right, Penny. Yeah, crushed red pepper, man. I also eat a lot of cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is awesome. Yeah, enjoy life, right? Listen, gotta practice, you know, feeling grateful. You guys know how to project the feeling of gratefulness? Do you know it's a thing? You guys got to, what I do, right, is project the feeling of gratefulness. It's like working out. It's a muscle that needs exercising. The feeling and projecting that gratefulness out there, gratitude, right? Gratitude, bam, that's right. It's got a name. Gratitude. Where you guys coming from? How long have I been clean? Man, it's been a long road, man. It's been a long road. Yeah, I was so bad that my mom and my brother had to physically like let me go. Like Jesse's dead because I'd always overdose. They'd always find me like halfway dead from an overdose. They had to let me go. I was just putting them through hell, having them see me like that. Hey, window tester, I'm headed off early formation tomorrow, but I appreciate your advice and small talk. Have a phenomenal life. Thanks again. Thank you so much for taking the time to support to this content. Guys, honestly, yeah, I mean, I thank you. Yeah, it's such a huge thing. I know it's not a lot for some people, but that's groceries right there. I mean, you just got me groceries for the week. For real. Thank you so much. Yeah. Do you think fasting every day or 24 hours then having a big meal is okay for the body? You don't want too big of a meal because it'll shock the intestines. Like if you just that's where the discipline comes in from. You must have discipline in your eating habits after the fast, right? because we were just talking to Chat GPT this morning, right? About uh, the 3 day fast increased the natural growth hormone production by 500%. So it said to continue that benefit, don't have an insulin spike. So no sugars, no gorging yourself on fruits or something like that, right? Keep that growth hormone secretion happening, right? And then as long as I'm eating nutrient dense, and meats, my testosterone will increase as well, and so will my blood. White blood cell count will increase because the 3 day fast, my body was eating itself. It was eating the halfway damaged cellular tissue that I already have. It was cleaning that out, and now that I'm re-eating protein, it's making new white blood cells. My insulin level is being reset. Right? It's resetting. It's fantastic. Auto auto. I can't pronounce that name. Jeez. You know what I'm talking about. Autographery, something like that. That's something I'll figure out how to pronounce it, but it's where the cellular tissue, the damaged cellular tissue you're hanging on to, you know what that does? It reverses your age. It gets rid of the old stuff and makes room for the new. You know? Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Come on, just Google it. I'm telling you, like, so these 3 days, I've increased my growth hormone secretion by 500%. And I'm now in the process of increasing my testosterone by eating correctly afterwards. Whoo-wee. You know what? 3 days from now, guys, you can't reverse aging. Ah, well, maybe you can't, right? You guys know why you age? Do you know why? It's because your telomeres, right? It's these noodle looking telomeres they call them, and then as they start to deteriorate on their ends, they get smaller and smaller, and the uh the result is aging, right? But these telomeres can be healed and they can regrow effectively, reversing aging. That's the whole thing about those uh anti-aging clinics. They exist. They're all big and popular in California. All they do is give you growth hormone in those clinics to heal those telomeres, right? Once those are healed, that effectively, they said they said the stats of 6 months worth of that growth hormone rehealing those telomeres reverses your age by 10 years. Yeah, I think a lot of yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, you didn't know? Anti-aging clinics are a thing. That's what they do there. Honestly, I think what heals it is, it's not that they're injecting you with growth hormone. It's that they're giving you a amino acid blend that stimulates your pituitary gland, right? Which we're doing already by the 3 day fast, and we're forcing a secretion, right? The way they do it in them clinics, they're called peptides. That's what they are. Yeah, peptides. Peptides are an amino acid chain that stimulates the pituitary gland to secrete more of its own growth hormone, right? And the telomeres, that's the part that it reheals and reverses your age. Yes, right? But we're doing that naturally with the fast, right? Don't be buying stuff just because we're talking about it. I just did all that we said with this 72-hour fast. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. So I mean, even though they call it a 72-hour fast, it takes a lot more time than that because I know I didn't eat for 3 days, but I had to prepare for it for like a week. I prepared my body for a week, right? And then after my fast, it's gonna be like a week to recover from it. It's epic. Agent K 4099. Is your neck tattoo an ancient Celtic torch? No, I mean, it's just, I'm an artist and I'm looking at my figure and I'm like, you know what? This would be cool if I just brought something that way, right? That's all it was. I'm just trying to be symmetrical um, with the design I got going on. Right. Yeah. I would like to get some more tattoos, but I'm that's way down the road, man. I got much more pressing things to purchase, like food. That's first on the list. We'll get some tattoos later when things are like not so crazy. I just I have my own tattoo machine in the basement, right? Because me and my brother we're artists. My mom's an artist. Everybody in my family is an artist, right? Straight up, super, super duper. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna save some money. I'm gonna do it myself, and I practice and whatnot. I only have so much skin, right? So I practice on my arm here because I got a lot of black right here. So I'll just practice not tearing up the skin, because I'll spend too much time in one area and then I'll just eat it up, turn it into cheeseburger meat. What does it mean to be an artist? Well, you're an artist too. You are. You just don't know it. Hey, Tyler, what's up? Is it $2? Thank you, man. Appreciate the channel support. What's your opinion on steroids? I think that's just the easy way out, right? Everybody wants the easy way out. Nobody really realizes that. I mean, I bet you if you took steroids, I bet you if you did, right, you'd probably regret it, right? You probably would. I would think so. Maybe not right now while you're all pumped and jacked, but somewhere down the line, you're going to regret it. Uh, and I'm just telling you that right now. It's better. Less is best. Don't do anything. That changes everything.
Somebody asked to shoot.
Everyone tell me. Thank you. Somebody wanted to see my drawings. Lori saw the comments, so she got some of my prison drawings. I didn't know I could draw. Listen, in prison, a lot of people draw. A lot of people draw, man. And so I sat down on the table one day and I took a piece of paper and I took a pencil and I put that pencil to it. And lo and behold, I could draw. I had no idea that I could. No idea. Okay. So, a common thing to make money in prison is drawing people's family members and sending the picture home. Sometimes you get like $15, $35, but that'll help you get some extra groceries. You got to have some kind of hustle in prison. I like to draw. It was such a good pastime. Such a good pastime, man, drawing. So this is somebody's kid. I drew that. Beautiful. I'm like, dang. I didn't even know I could do that, but I did it. Right? With a pencil. Right? That's pretty cool. Then we got some dude's son, right? That's all right. It's all right. But that baby girl, man, that's beautiful right there. See, she had a brother right there. She had a little brother. Right? Did this guy look in his eyes, right? You could see the light in his eyes. Ha! Yeah, I couldn't believe it. right? And then I just scribbled this thing out. I made a card for one of the guys. Tony, no, this is Graffiti. This guy was Graffiti. Yeah. Hey, Graffiti. What's up, ninjas? That's a little fun fair photo. This guy. This guy was part of a biker gang, right? And if you're in a club, they give everybody in the club 10 years. Just that's where it starts. So if you're in a biker gang and something goes crazy, usually the shot caller of the gang doesn't get much of any time because he's the first one to roll over, and everybody else goes down. And this guy, he got 10 years for just being part of it, right? Joining a club. He didn't do anything, but he was part of it. Oh, look, and lo and behold, here I am. I'm drawing self-portraits of myself, right? Dun, 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 dun. Hey, man, how you doing? And I drew that. I sent it home to Lori. Let's see, what else we got? Lori. I drew tons and tons of pictures of Lori. I don't know if she wants to be seen or not. Yeah, I'll show her. So this is a picture that, these are two different pictures. Lori sent me a picture of herself, right? And then I drew myself next to it. So I drew it like we were together. And that was a common thing for me to do in prison. I would draw people's family members like they were together, even though they weren't. I just took all the pictures and I put them together and I draw it like they were together. You know what I mean? Agent K, what's up, man? Thank you. He says, look like iron they put on the neck arms of warrior kings. And yeah, sweet. Designed to irremovable as a symbol of oath or responsibility. Well, thanks, man. I'll have to look into it, man. It looks pretty awesome. Half these things I can't pronounce. Don't mean to skip over it. Yeah, I'll look it up, man. I'll check it out. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's really, I envisioned it. I'm like, all right, this is my helmet. So this is my helmet tattoo, and then I brought but my body is my armor, right? I wanted to finish this into like a nice chest plate, and then this would be like a shoulder plate, you know, just cap it off and then do it up right. I mean, like I said, I'm an artist, so I'm always thinking about what I could do. More Lori, more Lori. That's Lori, guys. Me and Lori. Oh, more of us. Good stuff. Good stuff. Got mom in here. Moms. Let's see what else do I got. I got aliens. Got aliens up in here. Right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh yeah, bam. So this was one where this guy didn't have the he couldn't have a picture with his wife, so I took both of the pictures and smashed them together like they were there, you know? Yeah, that was cool. What's up? Man, I got some crazy pictures. Crazy pictures. Oh, that's cute. You guys see this one yet? Did I show you that one? That was cool, huh? No, I haven't drawn. I haven't drawn much. I even crocheted. Crocheting is a thing in prison. Crochet a bunch of stuff. Just shades, shades. Yeah. These two are my favorite though. Little boy in the hoodie. Little boy in a polo hoodie. If you look close, I even did the material of his hoodie, right? Yeah, it's amazing. And I didn't know I could draw, right? I didn't know I could draw until I went to prison. So that's what I'm saying. You guys are all artists too. You just don't know it yet, right? Right? Bam. Look at the clothing. I even put the clothing in there. The material on the clothing, right? That was cool. I don't know. It would take me hours to do those, man. Hours. I got my GED in prison. Yep. I think that's it, right? Yeah. Yeah, the government of the District of Columbia, Office of the State. Heck yeah. Got my GED. Yeah, did that. Yeah. All right, guys, sweet. Done did a lot of things. Got a picture of. All right. That's it. Got a picture of my dad here. See it. See if you guys. Oh my goodness! Look at these pictures. Holy smokes! This is Jack, the one-eyed dog. Jack is no longer with us, but he's a cutie. I used to rescue a lot of dogs. This was Jack. Let's see. I don't know what the heck this is. Oh man, I fell him. Yeah. That's my dad, right? We look alike, right? That's him as a young man on a motorcycle. This is the motorcycle, guys. You remember we're talking about my earliest memory? This is the motorcycle. My dad would put me on the gas tank of this bike and ride me around town in the middle of the night to like the racquetball courts and stuff, man. That was such. I could see that little helmet. He would put that little helmet on my head, and I could smell to it this day that the smell of the inside of that helmet. Because I was just a little baby. I remember wearing diapers with this helmet on my head riding down that bike. Ah, man. What a what a good time that was, right? Yeah, it's a 70s motorcycle for sure, man. Well, yeah. No, no. Because I was born in 82. I was born in 82. So that bike had to have been an 82 or an 83 or within those couple years. I wonder what year that is. What do you think what do you think that bike is? It's like a Kawasaki or a Honda or maybe even a Suzuki. I don't know. It's a Kawasaki. I could see it. Huh. Sweet. That's cool. Yeah, I could smell the inside of that helmet. Dad died of Lou Gehrig's disease right before I went to prison. He just he slowly just couldn't move his arms or legs, or in just one day his lungs filled up with fluid, and he that was it. Yeah, he ate a bunch of bad food all the time though, right? He never really took care of his body very well. He drank all the time, smoked a lot, but I think if he just like ate good food, he wouldn't have left us so early. Last month was 1 year of me watching your videos. Racina Jones, thank you for the support. Has it been a year already? Amazing. What's up, Harry? How you doing, guys? Fiery Skills, Nathan Goodman. Yeah, yeah. I remember the sound of that bike and everything, man. I bet you I could find one of these bikes for almost nothing. You know, probably under 500 bucks. I could probably get one of those. I ain't got 500 bucks though. We're not gonna go there, right? Much more important things to do than reminisce about some old time, right? Hey guys, I used to ride bikes. I'd ride anything on two wheels. Um, it was very enjoyable. Yeah. Do another what you eat in a day. Well, if you guys want to know what I eat, I post it on the Facebook, Instagram, and Discord in real time. Right. The only thing I didn't post was this bowl of soup because I'm right here with you. But I'll fill it up with some soup and take a picture of it. Yeah, the dog is whining. She's just going in the house. She's gonna be whining to get back out of the house too. We're all outside. What bike did you have? Oh, well, I've had a Honda CBR 600. I I had that. I had two of those. Um, they were just bikes that our friends had back and forth, and we all just traded back and forth to each other, right? I had a 1979. No, I think it was a 74 Harley Davidson Sportster. It was one of those AMCs, the ones that were built in China. I kept trashing the transmission on that. Let's see, what else did I had? My dad had a Honda Shadow at one time as well. But I mean, I'll ride anything. Yeah, 600 cc's are 100% fun. Sure, I don't need a fast bike. I don't, because I like to go fast. If the bike says 200 on the speedometer, I'll probably see if it'll do that. Um, so I don't need a bike. I learned that when I was young and dumb, that I have no self control. I just want to go fast. So I don't need a bike. Unless it's a slow bike. Oh, man. I mean, for real. I mean, yeah. I don't need a bike, that's for sure. Yeah. Start jumping ramps and everything. Oh, man. I grew up on three wheelers and dirt bikes, and I love that stuff. It's fun. It's so exhilarating, right? Just just throttle all the way, just slapping through the gears. Man, It is fun. It is fun, but I mean, I'm always chasing the flying sensation. I like the sensation of flying, so that's why I like the skateboards. Skateboards are awesome, right? Uh, when I go down a hill, I'm only achieving like 25, 30 miles an hour on a skateboard. But man, I feel like I'm doing 100. you know, you still have a Honda 50. How cool is that? You know what? I like those little Honda 50s. Those are cool. Cool old bikes. The old trail bikes, like the monkeys and all that. Not the new ones that they came out with now, but the old ones, right? Those are cool. Bolek, yeah, man, I'm from Poland. Well, my grandparents are from Poland. I'm from Ohio. Do I take the creatine? Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I gotta take it now that I forgot. The fast is over. I done had my soup. I had my cup of coffee. I'm gonna sip on another broth, a cup of broth. I'm gonna have my creatine and all my vitamins again. You know, it's a cool vehicle. Since we're talking about motorcycles and things, uh, my old Jeep. My Jeep was awesome. I had a CJ7 with a straight six in it. I never put the top on that thing, drove around all year long with no top and no doors. It was the coolest vehicle ever. I would love to have another one of those. If I was ever gonna, make some money one day, I'm gonna buy me an older Jeep, like a military Jeep, right? Just something to put around town on. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. I look skinny. Thank you. I just got off a 3 day fast. I didn't eat for 3 days. Yeah, buddy. I just had my first meal, which was a bowl of soup, right? During that 3 days, I've increased my growth hormone production by 500%. Yeah. Amazing, right? And I do that every month. Every month, I record my videos and I get more and more jacked. So 3 days from now, I should start breaking out in pimples, right? Because that's been what's been happening. And it's from the testosterone increase after the fast. You know, yeah, I got to tell you, this 3 days is tough. It's tough. But the results I get are so worth it. So worth it. William Defoe. Do I have cheat days? I mean, every time I fast, I dial in my eating habits more and more. I get better and better at my eating habits. Well, the 3 day fast increases growth hormone by 500%. And what it does to your testosterone, it slightly hinders it, right? Because the body is going through this, cannibalism of eating its own damaged cellular tissues. It's eating all the old cells. And once the fast is over, as long as I don't ruin it with an insulin spike by eating a whole buttload of fruit or sugars, as long as I don't have that insulin spike, my testosterone and growth hormone is going to increase for a little bit. And my baseline testosterone levels, like if I would have had a measurement of my baseline before the fast, I guarantee you 3 days from now, on the third day, my baseline testosterone will be higher than from when I started. And I'm doing that every month. So we're doing the best that we can. This body hacking. Plus, I'm taking vitamin D, magnesium, and zinc on top of my creatine. Now, that combination specifically is increasing my testosterone on top of all this other biohacks that we're doing. You know, and if you work out if you work out, it's my opinion to take a cat nap. Go ahead and get an hour rest, 45 minutes to an hour. Just get that pituitary gland secretion. Make that happen. Make your pituitary gland spike and give you a secretion. By hitting that, just barely hitting that REM sleep, you're forcing a growth hormone um, spike. Yeah, buddy. And I do it daily. I do it daily. Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, thanks, guys, for being here. You know, as I broke my fast, it was a tough one, man. It was a tough 72 hours. But I feel so much better now. I do. I feel amazing. And OMDA, I don't know what that means. What is OMDA? All right, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for being here. See you later, Racina, Lori. 1 meal a day? No, fasting means no meals a day. Zero. That's what fasting is. Zero. Eric, how you doing, man? Check out Eric, guys. Eric is doing a great job. He's doing burpees left and right. I love it. Heck yeah. Eric LaPointe. Make sure you guys check him out. Go to his channel right now. And go to P8's channel. P8 is trying his hardest and he's pushing his content out there on the regular. So make sure you check out P8 as well. Check out Jace. Check out DBird0311. You know he ain't never gonna stop. If you don't know by now, you gotta check him out as well. You guys have a good one, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.